And welcome back here to Versus Live, brought to you by Star City Games and Carnox Chairs. Make sure you go to carnox.com/SCG if you want to check one of these out. They're really nice, super comfortable.
And get 10% off.
And you get 10% off.
That's a deal.
So that's nice. I'm Ross Miriam. We got Corey Baumeister here. We got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Nice. We are playing 3v3 basically, of decks that Corey and I have won trophies with, and we are battling for the trophies, because right now Todd has the marbles, so we can't battle for the marbles.
Exactly. Yeah.
We had to battle for something else.
Something that means much more.
Your trophies, they used to be bigger.
It feel how bulky that is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they used to be.
I got more to gain, and I'm gonna have to double down in this matchup.
Yeah.
We're playing for the bigger trophy.
You're
now.
not gonna be able to carry this home. So let's say, yeah.
I've already got Corey's trophy from Philadelphia.
I had it for 2 weeks, man. I had it for 2 weeks.
You know,
Dan wants to know if he could borrow that trophy.
Gotta earn it.
Sorry,
man.
we're not accepting questions at the moment.
Gotta earn it.
Yeah.
You know, get 3 of them, show up here, battle, and then you can work your way up to 6.
Yeah.
So
I might be down to trophyless after this too. Tannen, we might have to trophy or team up to get a piece back.
You know, you come at the king, you best not miss.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we are getting in the Wayback Machine for the second match. I'm going 5 years, a little over, into the past to play Mono Blue Devotion.
09.
A deck that I played a lot of. This is actually the winning list from SCG Providence in June of 2014. It was notably the weekend where I almost went back-to-back, but lost the finals of the Legacy Open to Dave Shields with Elves when he was on Death and Taxes. I'm sure everybody remembers this by now.
Sure.
Not to sound conceited, but a really, really good weekend for me. So probably one of the best weekends I've ever had playing Magic. I won a lot of matches, got a lot of SCG points. That was the first year the Players' Championship happened. I think I went from about 27th, 28th on the leaderboard to 8th.
Okay.
So
sure.
Yeah, still a nice weekend. Got a nice chunk of change. The Mono Blue deck was not that popular at the time. People were really in on the Corsair Crufix Domri raid, like either Gruul or Jund monsters and Planeswalker decks.
Yep.
And then
value out these kind of Mono Blue decks. Yeah.
And the control decks had been popular, and that was your worst matchup as Mono Blue. You were bad game 1 and about even post board.
Sure.
But you had to had this 11 card sideboard playing against them, a bunch of counter spells, and played a completely different game.
Just try to play their game, basically. Yeah.
But we got to the point where the control decks were starting to be suppressed. These Gruul and Jund decks were really popular, and so Mono Blue got really well positioned. And I caught the tournament at the right time where people just weren't really prepared. They didn't have as many sideboard cards, and I played against a lot of those green decks. My Tidebinder mages were great all weekend.
Okay.
I even got to play against Mono Red in the finals, which was one of the more lopsided matchups in Standard history.
A pro red creature that gives you a bunch of tokens.
Yes.
Was Chain Whirler around at the time?
No, it was not.
That seems like a really good card, then.
Yeah. I remember Patrick Sullivan was commentating the match, and he was talking about all the ridiculous things he was doing with his red decks to try to win 20% of the matches.
Ooh. All
these weird cards he was trying. And at one point I was tapping 4 mana to domestication my opponent's Boros Reckoner. And he's like, well, the thing is, while Cedric's are going off about how busted the play is, thing is, if they're tapping 4 mana, the game is over. Master Waves, you're dead. Jace, you're dead. Domestication, you're dead. It was just such a lopsided matchup. I won in 15 minutes. I declined the split. I felt not that bad, but the real prize of the day was my semifinal match against Jim Davis, who was playing an innovative take on Azorius Control, where he had cut the detention spheres for planar cleansings, which were great against these Jund Planeswalker decks, not as good against me.
Yeah, detention sphere seems good against you.
Necessary against Thassa. I lost game 1 pretty quickly, won a pretty straightforward game 2, although it went a while because the games tended to.
Okay.
And then game 3, he mulliganed to 5, and I made a really boneheaded mistake not to just cast my Jace Memory Adept on turn 5. He had tapped out for divination, it was land on lands. There was no way there's no way he's going to counter it, and there was literally no way in his deck to be able to answer it in time before it milled him out. Because he didn't have D-Sphere. Even if he had made all his land drops up to 6 and planar cleansing it, he would have bet at 6 cards in the library. There's no way he can win.
Okay, sure.
And I just psyched myself out, didn't play it. He worked his way back into the game, and I had to win a 45-minute long game, and I managed to do it.
Oh my god, you're playing on hard mode, huh?
Yeah, I snuck in the last 2 points of damage with an extra Mutavault while he had a stray Deicide in his hand, which was his answer to Thassa. He'd already Decided them, but he drew the second copy that was dead. And then Mutavault snuck in the last couple points of damage. Really, really great match. Fun tournament. Mono Blue is a deck I played for a long time.
Okay.
This is a deck that just, if you haven't seen it because it's been 5 years, it just
has been a
plays
long time.
plays to the battlefield. 1 drop, 2 drop, like get your devotion count high, get your Thassa, God of the Sea, and Master of Waves as powerful as possible, and leverage those 2 cards. Those are the 2 cards we're going to want to see. If I can get them out, I can win. If I don't get them out, it gets a lot harder.
Okay. My weekend was a lot different. I was just winning on like turn 4 or 5. I was just hiding an overrun under Windbrisk Heights, revealing that in combat, winning on turn 5 very consistently. I just steamrolled the top 8. It just wasn't even that close. But mine was also different in a sense where you said, you had a cute weekend where you almost went back to back. I did go back to back. I won this and then won the PTQ the next day with this deck. So that was probably some of the hottest I had ever been running.
Yeah. So, some of those weekends where you feel like every opening hand you look at is great.
Oh, yeah. But it was 10 years ago. So if you want to ask me who or what I played in any of the rounds, I have no idea. But I know I cast a lot of turn 1 Noble Hierarchs, and that helped.
In a deck with 8 green sources, not something you could do that reliably. 8 green sources on turn 1.
Yeah, no,
I looked at your deck's mana base.
It was a stretch. Yeah, but
but very good in the deck. This is another deck that plays really hard to the battlefield. You're going to try to generate a really wide board and then use your Anthem effects. It's Wiltleaf Liege. It's a Johnny Goldmane, which was a $20 card, if you can believe it. At a time, it was one of the best cards in Standard because really Spectre Procession was the best card.
Yeah.
But a Johnny Goldbane was Spectre Procession made a Johnny really good. It was the way to win Spectre Procession mirrors.
Yeah, just go Spectre on 3. That -2 counters on everything. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
And then even you went even further to win these token mirrors. A lot of people were playing the Orzhov tokens deck that Louis Scott Vargas lost the finals of Pro Tour Kyoto with early in 2009 to in a legendary match to Nassif on 5-color control.
Oh, yeah, where he separated his Cruel Ultimatum mana.
That was in the top 8 against Mateo Orsini Jones.
Oh, yeah.
This was the finals. There was an incredible game 4 where Luis tries to bait him with a Johnny to use a negate, and somehow Nassif figures out that he's not supposed to counter it and wins 12 turns later because that negate countered something more relevant. Really great game. I'm sure you can find it if you go back and watch it. But this was a deck that emerged to combat all the token mirrors. It was so good in them because Wiltleaf Liege was just the huge anthem.
Oh, yeah.
And then you still have Kitchen Fang, Spectre Procession, Windbrisk Heights to help out against all these control decks. You have Dauntless Escort to help you against their sweepers, and just a really powerful deck. So we're going to sort of be just flooding the battlefield here with creatures and see
this
who
should
can
be an
come out
interesting
ahead.
one. Once again, 2 decks that were not in the format together
not
at
even
all.
close.
So it's not like any of our sideboard cards have any of these matchups involved. So it should be fun.
And you're going to be on the play.
Yeah, because you just took my pride and my trophy away last round.
In matchups where you need to get on the battlefield, being on the play is usually pretty important.
Exactly.
So.
I was on the play in that Jund Dinos thing, so I don't know what happened. But
you mulled a 5 in game 1. That was
that's what happened. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep.
I will also keep my 7.
All right. So, as per usual, go to 19 here. Your turn.
So now, normally I would like to start on this, but now I think I have to stop.
Your 1 flying sliver?
I have to stop turn 2 Spectre Procession, I think. So I'm going to start on Judge's Familiar. Counter an instant or sorcery unless you pay 1.
Okay. I won't play into it, I promise.
Yeah, don't play your Spectre Procession this turn.
All right. How about we go for a Kitchen Finks?
That's pretty good.
I'll
so
go to
you
21.
can actually tap the brush line for colorless there and feed the
damage.
Wooded Bastion with Noble.
You know it. And then
21.
your turn. Oh, I miss these green-white cards. Green-white, just token-based, go-wide strategies have been some of my favorite decks in the past.
Attack for 1, you go to 20.
I'll go to 20. What is this? We might have a reader here. I did not play during this time.
1 flyer with Evolve.
All right. Okay. We're going to give this whole Wiltleaf Liege a try.
Yeah, this is what I was afraid of.
I'll attack for 5.
It's 6 because of Exalted.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I'll go to 14.
God, am I playing Dinos? Your turn.
This is quite the curve out from Corey on the play. This is going to be a tough one to beat.
This is how we got this bad boy. Curving out like nobody's business.
Because this is not going to be big enough yet, we're going to play a Nightville Spectre.
Oh, okay.
That'll evolve our Cloud
this
from
one's
Raptor.
kind of like Thief of Sanity, right?
No, not quite as powerful, I think.
Yeah,
on the
not
effect,
quite as good.
I can play
close.
lands exiled with it.
Okay.
I just got
That's
the top
fair.
card, and I can play any cards exiled, but I have to cast them myself.
Sure. I'll go to 18.
Pass the turn. We're going to take
All right.
another chunk here and hopefully not die.
We're gonna find out.
Overrun will kill us.
Yeah, I'm not that lucky this
Overrun will
time.
force a chump block. I mean,
I'm not that lucky this
because this is
time.
9, so it'll be 15. Yeah, I would take 12 and go to 2.
So I think we don't want to do any kind of noble hierarch attacks here, even though we are going to play another one, just because it's more damage to get in there with this. So we'll just attack with these.
Yeah, so that's a 9-point attack. I'll go to 5.
All right, and then we'll go green-white.
Steward of Valoran.
The steward will play another noble and a treetop. Your turn. That's it, though.
Okay, well,
That's it.
I know what card we need.
Uh-oh. Master?
Master would be good. I was thinking Rapid Hybridization, because my plan here is to play a Thassa. Now, Thassa is a 5/5 when I have 5 or more devotion, which I already do. So it enters as a creature, which means it evolves the Cloudfin Raptor.
Sure.
So we will get a second counter there. And I don't think I can attack, so
4 blockers. You can survive, it looks like.
yeah, I will pass the turn.
All right. You can survive, which means I might... And that is indestructible, huh?
Yes, it's 5/5 indestructible.
So now the question is, do I want to try to go wide on this? Which maybe I have to. What if I attack with everything? This will block here to take that down. Kitchen Finks gets blocked probably here. That'll die. This gets blocked here. That'll trade. Take 2. Oh, yeah, we still have this. Okay, so that has to go there. And okay. Yeah, math is for blockers. Math is for blockers. We are going to animate and get them on in there. Guess this has vigilance.
Yes. Okay. So we are getting maximally punished here for not leading a Cloudfin Raptor, which would have been the normal lead to try to play around a Spectral Procession that does not appear to have been there.
It's still coming.
Because if this was a 3/4, it could easily block here, and then Thassa blocks the Wiltleaf.
This is a 4/4, but
yeah, but then Thassa blocks the Liege, and we get to trade after combat. I still think I really need to get this Liege off the battlefield. And that means that Cloudfin Raptor can then trade for Steward.
Yep.
And then we can put this here on a chump block. This here, take 1 trample plus 2 and 3. So that'll put us to 2, to take 3 and go to 2. It will trade basically our entire battlefield for Wiltleaf Liege and Steward. But I think that's the best we can do.
Okay.
So I am at
that's a decent
2.
block.
Yeah. And
so you're down to 2. My board is now
Would have
this.
been better to be at 3 and have no treetop village here. But
Yeah, if the treetop would have died and the Wiltleaf Leaf would have died, I think I would have just attacked with 1 creature like a Kitchen Finks with Exalted, even though that doesn't do much to this. But okay, second main, I'll take a pain and play another Steward.
So you're at 17.
Your turn.
Now, I'm not sure if
Green,
there's
white creatures. Green, white creatures.
Yeah.
Is that still a creature, good sir?
It is not.
Okay.
And unfortunately, my hand is about as bad as possible.
Oh.
So I don't think there's anything that gets me out of this.
I
The
don't
Master
know.
only makes 2 tokens.
Sleep? No, sleep, you're still
no,
dead.
Yeah. It's definitely not Judge's Familiar.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you better try one more. Yeah.
We needed to have Corey play around Rapid Hybridization that wasn't there.
Yeah.
If I was able to rapid this in combat, then I would have just obliterated the entire battlefield.
I don't think I win that game if you have it anyways.
And that is another island. So
Okay, yeah, that's a
very
close
dead.
one.
I believe I kept Island Army Mutavault in those 4 cards.
The only thing I can hope at the end of this matchup is that you are the one who becomes blue for me taking your trophies.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I think we got time to try to do another best of 5 here.
Okay. Well, at least try it. We got any questions while we're shuffling up?
I got nothing right now.
All right. Fair enough.
Come on, chat. We're playing some sweet decks here. I'm sure at least some of you are old enough to remember these decks. Maybe not Corey's 2009.
I'm barely old enough to remember my deck. So.
As far as I'm concerned, Mono Blue Devotion was yesterday.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. So you're going to be on the play.
Yes, I will be.
Yeah, that was kind of a beating.
Yeah.
I think if you were on the play, though, you would have had a lot more time to set up.
Well, I would have definitely led on the Cloudfin Raptor, and that would have been a big deal. But I still would have flooded. I would have needed to draw a little bit better.
Sure. Fair enough. All right, let's do this. I love this deck, though. I really do.
Yeah. definitely would have been in good shape had I not drawn all lands if I was on the play. But
No,
on the draw,
that's usually the case.
yeah. On the draw, I definitely needed a rapid there.
Whenever I draw all lands, I'm usually going to have a bad time.
Unless you're playing Bant Scapeshift.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Then maybe you're okay.
Yeah. Then I keep, one landers on the draw. I'm like, I have 29 lands. I'm keeping this for sure.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of one-landers, this is not a great one-lander. It's just not that powerful, even if I hit lands. So we're going to send this one back.
Yeah, and mine's kind of the opposite here, but I actually think mine is a keeper, but it is very close. We're gonna live life on the edge a little bit. I'm gonna keep.
So I got some questions here.
All right.
Matten8947 wants to know, what if we go back to Theros, would you enjoy Devotion as a mechanic again?
That's a good question, because it like Nixos Devotion decks kind of ruined that format a little bit.
Mono Black ended up not playing Nixos. It started with one early and ended up just cutting it. The Mono Blue deck only plays one.
Remember Green White Devotion? Coverage remembers.
Yeah.
Petridge Farms remembers.
That was the following year. The Green Devotion decks the following year, they were more explosive the first year because of Burning Emissary, but ended up not being consistent enough.
Yeah.
The ones the following year were really good. Weren't that dominant because the Abzan decks were always around. They were good for a time.
I take back my question that was asked earlier. Like, what's a deck I would have loved to trophied with? Green White Devotion.
Yeah.
I played a Green White Devotion mirror, so I feel like I still am able to consider that a trophy win. What do you think? Judge's ruling?
I mean, yeah, if you live through one of those, I'll give it.
Oh, I barely did. It was 2 games, and it was one of the longest GP finals in history. And it was 2 games. I got 2-0'd, and it was still like 2.5 hours or something. It was horrible.
Yeah, I remember that tournament. I was there.
Yeah.
I played that deck.
Whenever I met up with coverage at the end, I think it was Cedric that covered the match. He was just like, "You owe me a beer."
This is not a good 6-card or even putting the obvious put back. So this is what I'm looking at here.
Take a peek. My hand is not good. I will give you that. So
my hand, it's just 4 lands and like a Lonely Clouded Raptor. That's just not going to do anything.
Sure.
We got to send this one back.
All right.
Not a good start.
We got any 4 chance?
Not yet.
All right. All right.
I did have one question here that I'm kind of like throwing a spin on. Run on Water asks, what was the worst standard ever? But I kind of want to twist that into what was your least favorite deck that you've won with?
Oh, least favorite deck that I won with?
That you won a trophy with?
Yeah, like was there anything that you just were like, oh man, I hate playing this deck, but it's really good. And ended up, winning with it.
Well, I like my 5 open winning deck lists. I'm trying to think of decks I've won PTQs with. None of them that I like actively disliked, but maybe the PTQ I won with Humans, like Humans was fine. I wasn't like super excited by that.
I think for me it was like Mono Red back in Pro Tour Kyoto. Just where everybody was playing Mono Red, where Hazoret was the new toy. I did pretty well with the deck, but I did not enjoy just playing mirrors of it. It's either people who figured out that Mono Red was absolutely busted, and you just play mirrors, or decks that were trying to beat it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Anytime personally for me, I win with the deck, I tend to like it because winning's cool.
I did top 16 or top 32, like reasonable, make a good run at an open with Bant Company back when that deck wasn't standard.
Mm-hmm.
Hated it. I didn't like Bant Company. There we go. That's a good one.
Fair enough.
So now we're on 5, and this is not a good start on that either. Ooh, well, it ended better than it started. That was a question of what 2 I want to put back. This would have been a really solid 7 to keep.
Sure.
And there's some arguments either way. This card is so powerful that I want to keep it, but I also don't think I can reliably keep like 3 lands and it.
I'm just over here with the blade, so
I can play more for the early game and put these back, or play more for a more powerful game and put these back, I think. But I think I just want to play for the late game, or play for the early game, I mean. Just getting on the battlefield is so important. So we're going to put those on the bottom.
That's fair.
I'm going to start on a Judge's Familiar.
Okay.
This card also, like, preventing Spectral Procession for a turn or 2, I think is really important.
That does seem good. I'm going to go to 19, play a Noble Heart.
Oh, my hand's not very good. Try one Noble.
Your turn.
Attack for 1.
All right, 18.
Frostburn, weird.
That's, you can pump it?
+1, -1.
Quite a lot? Okay.
It's a 1/4.
Ooh, that was a pretty good draw. That was pretty fine. I think I will go with a Dauntless Escort. Your turn. Would you like to counter that?
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I could have gotten really greedy and just kept a 2-lander and kept all 3 of my spells.
Yeah.
And obviously I drew land to start this game. Then my hand would be great.
Sounds like a misplay on my part. I don't know.
But I guess we'll get this Mutavault on the battlefield and attack with Familiar.
All right. I will go to 17.
Leave back this Frostburn Weird to... I guess it doesn't even block well because of Exalted.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well, we're going to go like this. Double green. I'm going to cast Noble Hierarch.
Yep, green floating.
And Noble Hierarch.
Yep.
And I'm going to get in there for 6.
I will go to 14.
Okay, and now I got a decision. What do I want to cast here? I think we're going to go with Windbreast Heights here. What is it, 4, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's been so long. I know there's an overrun. There's always an overrun. Your turn. That's at least how it worked when I was winning.
That's not a bad one. A little awkward, but we're not going to do any blocking here, so let's attack.
All right.
Actually, maybe we are supposed to leave back because...
I might be doing some attacking.
Yeah, because of the Windbreast Kites, maybe we won't want to punish that. Because this is 3 damage right here that this represents. You know, the Windbreast Kites needs 3 creatures attacking, so right now it would be 2 Nobles and Dauntless Escort. And without Exalted, the Nobles would be 0/1, so I could eat both of them.
Yeah, that's...
Overrun would be awkward, though the Frostburn Weird can still safely block through an Overrun. But at that point, I'm kind of okay. Well, I'm only soaking up 1 of the Overrun damage.
Whenever you're doing Overrun math, you know you're dead.
I think I want to attack with the Familiar still. He got 16.
16.
And we're going to play a Thassa.
Thassa, okay.
Thassa
so not quite there, right?
Correct. I'm 1 short.
Perfect. Okay. Now, ooh.
What do you got for me?
Ooh, I forgot this card was in my deck. Excellent.
I feel like my Thassa's about to get passed. This is a creature.
Well, it's not a creature.
It's not a creature yet.
Now we got options. So I think we are going to just start with Ajani.
Resolves.
Okay. So we'll start at 4. We're going to negative.
So all your creatures get a counter, and they gain vigilance until end of turn.
Oh, they gain vigilance? Excellent.
Yeah, that's the text on the card that you want a tournament with.
Okay. So 1/2s, huh? You can pump and eat a Noble Hierarch, which I don't want to happen. So we'll just attack with this.
For 7?
4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
I will go to 7.
All right. And a tree. Your turn.
These treetop villages have always come when I'm like, I can I'm close. But...
Exactly. Oh, a free 3/3 trampler. Yep.
Well, that is going to turn my Thassa on, which I absolutely need to do.
Yeah.
So let's leave that one on top. Play 3rd island. Play Nightfell Spectre.
Okay. Thassa's on.
Then I'm going to make Thassa unblockable. Try to attack that Ajani down.
I will path to exile that.
Yep. We'll get an island. Let's just shuffle this Master Race back into our deck.
That's true. That's fair.
We're going to have to do some blocking this turn, I think. Pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to untap. So these gain vigilance, huh? That's broken. I will take a pain, animate, counters.
Brings you to 15.
To attack.
Unfortunately, like once again, this treetop village is super annoying. It doesn't get contained by the Frostburn Weird. I can't double block it with Weird Inspector, and it forces another. It forces multiple block. Actually, no, it's still fine. So I can block here and then freely block these 2. I'm dead to Overrun, which I'm sure he has because he keeps talking about how he always has Overrun.
I don't have it.
But I don't have it. So you're not going to lose anything. I'm going to lose a Familiar, and I'm going to take 6 and go to 1.
You're going to go to 6, yeah? I have no way to actually kill you right now. So I am going to lose nothing, right? Okay, then I'll play a Treetop Village, and then I will play a Cloud Goat. Just a Cloud Goat. Do we have, what does this make again?
Makes Kithkins. You didn't get us any Kithkins?
You didn't expect Cloud Goat Rangers?
I was told they were soldiers.
That's close enough.
It makes Kithkin. We'll get some soldiers out for it.
Yeah,
I don't think
we'll give Aaron Barrett some camera time.
I don't even think Master Waves is enough here making 6 tokens.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
And that's an island. So
All right.
even if it was Master Waves, like you can animate both treetops minus again, and suddenly I have 7, 8, 9, 10 blockers of the Mutavault, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attackers.
And I just thought
and
this.
you'd have a 5,
another tree
and
too.
9 of it would be trampling. And I don't have a 5 toughness creature yet.
No.
So I would again. It was the Treetop Village that put it over the top.
Yep.
That's a very effective card in this deck.
You know,
It's that extra little that one extra creature.
And would you believe this if I told you that I forgot dice for this tournament? My opponents were
I
not
absolutely
loving.
would believe you.
My opponents were not loving the fact that I was borrowing from them constantly.
Okay, we are going to take a quick break here while we get some sideboarding in. Hopefully, I can find some solution to this matchup. Because so far, I've gotten my tail handed to me.
Yeah, not bad.
So we will be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back here to sideboarding with Mono Blue Devotion against Selesnya Tokens. Now, I was hoping to go to my sideboard and find some answers, and I didn't really. There's a lot of counterspells here that were meant for the control decks. Some removal that doesn't really match up well against the threats in Corey's deck. But we got some Jaces, which are quite good if Corey can't find any Anthem effects.
You're taking out your best card. You're taking out your fun of.
Go Rider Sliver put in some work in this tournament. Let me tell you.
Sure.
This became a staple for me for months afterwards.
Okay.
But I am going to just try bringing in some Jaces. I think on the play, I just want to focus on getting onto the battlefield. Jace will be quite good at stemming some of the go wide plans of Corey's deck. Because I'm bringing in 4 drops, I want to cut the Biden. I don't want my curve to be too high. I think Gale Rider Sliver is one of the, it's still one of the weaker cards in the deck.
Yeah.
So, and certainly the weakest 1 drop because Judge's Miller is quite relevant. So we're just going to trim these 2 cards, hope for Jace, and maybe on the draw I go for a more controlling plan, but I don't really have the tools to do that.
Yeah, and since I had the insider info that you're taking out the Flying Slivers, I have decided to not bring in Cloud Threshers because you're taking out your best card, so I don't need to metagame for it.
I'm not going to snipe those Mutavaults.
But if we look at my sideboard, I just have nothing relevant to bring in. Even a card that says counter target blue instant, something that should be good against mono blue, it's just not. And I'm not even sure about this. So this is something we're going to run into when we play these kind of fun flashback formats. We did not have these matchups in mind when we were practicing for our events. So on the draw, I'm going to bring in a good old card called Wrath of God for anybody who's never heard of that.
Yeah.
And in exchange for a Johnny Goldmate. On the play, though, I think I'm going to switch back to my main deck configuration. I just think there's a chance that you get under me here and you can take down a Johnny. And at best, I'm putting 2 counters on creatures where Wrath could actually really sway the game. So we're going to see. I really don't know if this is even correct. It might just be correct for both of us to just click back, just not sideboard a thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, it is.
In the meantime, don't forget to tag at SCG Tour to get some questions in after in between games. We'll feel free to answer some of them. And yeah, it looks like I'm up 2-0 with green white, so you're going to be on the play. We'll see. We'll see if you can come back and steal the trophy when I have one in sight here. Yeah, when we can't play for marbles, we got to play for something here, right?
Yes.
Neither one of us have cars, so we can't play for slips.
You're getting a little big there.
I don't know. You didn't see my car before I moved. I think the trophy might be worth more.
Fast and Furious versus Live Edition.
Yeah.
This matchup is definitely Fast and Furious, and I got a solid hand here, but no 1 drop, but basically everything else.
My hand is a little sketchy, but knowing that we're playing against mono blue, I don't think there's a ton of risk, so I think I'm going to keep it.
Okay, let's island go.
All right, we're going to try a noble hierarch here.
This guy's 8 turn 1 green sources. This turn 1 noble hierarch every game.
I put 8 in the deck, so your turn.
I've yet to draw a Typebinder Mage.
Ross, how many times? What's your count on turn 1 Llanowar Elf? Every deck you play with.
Yeah, but those decks have 16 turn 1 green sources, not 8.
It's not that good. Your turn.
Okay, and engineered explosives.
Oh God, please no. My Wrath of Gods aren't looking great right now.
So I would much rather. I'm only going to get in 1, and it can potentially prevent 3 on the coming back. So I'm just going to play Fast and Pass.
Okay. I will go with the Cloud Goat.
Yeah, that's sort of what I expected.
Hey, we got
to tap out.
Kipkins. Were you blind or did they just get added?
No,
Okay.
Rob brought some over.
Your turn. Oh, nice.
Okay, let's scribe
Rob
this
coming in
Thassa.
clutch.
Let's get a land at the bottom. Seeing
All
as
right.
I think every draw step I've had this entire match has been Island.
Nice. Well, you're mono blue deck, man. You can't really expect to dodge that too well. And now my hand is just set up beautifully. If we take a peek at mine, like, look at this. That's a chef's kiss if I've ever seen one. I mean, it's not that good. It's okay.
Well, I'm gonna play Master Waves and get 4
Oh, God.
elementals.
Okay, that card's real.
You know, you made 3 tokens. I'll make 4.
It's only fair. Yeah.
And I will pass the turn.
So this still is not a creature,
Correct.
right?
I got
okay.
I have 4 devotion.
Okay. So, and no flyers. That's probably good for me. All right. Well, I think we will give this flying. So attack for 8. Yeah.
I'm at 12.
All right. Put you to 12. I'm still at 20. And then, yeah, jam. NBA jam. Gain 2.
You're at 22.
Your turn. We got tokens. We're green-white. We're doing what we should be.
Right.
Yep.
I think we need something a little bit more powerful than Judge's Familiar, so let's
I don't know.
bottom
That's a flyer. Yeah, that's a chum blocker here. That might actually be great.
So instead we find another island. I do have a chump blocker.
Okay.
I already had that rolled up.
Impressive.
And that does get our 5th devotion in. So I can make Thassa unblockable. Unfortunately, the elementals, like, I can trade with half a kitchen finks. I can, like, one gets eaten by a Dauntless Escort. So these don't actually attack that well. A second master would be great to get them up to 3/2. But I don't think I'm winning this race by just animating Thassa and getting in for 5. I guess I could get in with Thassa and the master unblockably and get in for 7 and go from there. I kind of like that.
Reasonable.
Yeah, let's make Thassa and master unblockable and get in for 7.
Okay, I'll go to 15.
Pass the turn.
All right. All right.
I have a feeling I'm getting overrun, but
I still am yet to draw it. I don't
Yeah.
know what's if my deck isn't feeling well or what, but
any sort of anthem effect is going to be pretty great here.
yeah, that would be good. I do not have it, but let's see. I think we're gonna start with a path on the Master of Waves. Let's get rid of those.
That'll probably seal my fate here.
Yeah, that might be okay. And is it best to just go wide here? Like, you can block this and take 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's pretty okay with me. Yeah, we'll just we'll get them all in there. All right, not all of them. We'll leave the nobles back.
Okay. I'm at 12. Okay, so what am I looking for next turn? I'm definitely Cyclonic Rift would be good. Another Master would be good. You have 2 in hand?
I have 2, yep.
The Frostborn Rear is definitely getting into combat, and it's blocking a 3-power thing. So let's, guess we'll block the Dauntless Escort.
Okay.
And I don't think I need to block the Cloudform Raptor just yet. This is 9. That'll put me to 3.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go to 3.
All
A
right.
little awkward that being exactly 3 with all 3-power creatures, but
Yep. All right, your turn.
okay, we will scry with Thassa. We either
Better be a good scry.
and we either need Cyclonic Rift or something to give us more devotion.
Island.
That is a rapid hybridization, which I think is quite poor.
A little
so
too late, yeah.
let's bottom that
Hey, you
one.
can kill one of my 3/3s and give me a
Yeah.
3/3. Summoning sick 3/3.
Okay, well that'll turn on our Thassa, so we'll play Frostburn Weird.
Okay.
We'll evolve this,
Sure.
and now we do survive here. We can play land, so I can block all 3 of these. I don't have a flyer. No, I do have a flyer. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think that's probably what Corey does. So an all-out attack from him requires 4 blockers, and then I can go to 1. I have 5 blockers with the Mutavault, so maybe I try to get in and attack because maybe I can try to kill you in 2 turns. Well, I wouldn't be playing on the path here. I think if Corey just had nothing, I could get in an attack for 5, get you to 10, and then an all-out attack. I could put Frostburn Reards in front of 3s, chump another 3, and eat a token.
But what if I kill this and fly?
Yeah, then I'm just dead.
All right.
So that would get you to 10, and then on my turn, I would have 4, 7, 8 mana, so I could make all 3 of these unblockable and pump twice. I would have been 1 short if you had nothing actually. But yeah, that would have been my play. Make this unblockable attack for 5.
Sure.
And get you to 10.
Sure.
You can go.
I will path that.
Yep. That'll do. So now Corey can just jump his Cloudgoat Ranger.
I don't even have to, right? I can just attack with everything?
Or dagger, attack.
All right. Green-white token. You know, this is not the first time we played. This has been played on Versus Live, right? When I played with Brad the first time, we played some of our favorite decks, and I played against his winning... the card where you would sack a creature, create a 5/5 demon, morbid card.
Priest, no. Skur's deck, High Priest.
Yeah, he just had an absurd aristocrat deck that just like felt unbeatable.
That Abzan aristocrat deck was nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I played a bit with that.
And I managed to squeak it out with green-white tokens. So green-white tokens is doing some work.
The Turbo Noble Hierarchs are really huge. We're playing a matchup where you just need to get to the battlefield quickly. We both have limited interaction, but my interaction is rapid hybridization, matches up really poorly against most of your threats.
Yeah.
Basically only good against Wiltleaf Liege. And even then, still leaves you behind a 3/3, which is important. Whereas your interaction is Path, which is incredible because it cleanly answers both Master Waves and Thassa.
Yeah, your 4-drops, which are supposed to be like the nail in the coffin for decks, when it's just 1 mana interact with them, this probably seems like a pretty bad matchup.
I mean, I still think if I curve out effectively on the play, have a good Nykthos draw, I can definitely get ahead, especially against your non-Noble Hierarch draws. But
you're still a tempo deck to the core, so you can still get under and attack.
The clincher is your 3 paths being so much better than my 3 rapids, I think.
Yeah.
And that definitely gives you an edge in the matchup. And then you're starting on Noble a lot. Turned that edge into very lopsided, to a lopsided set of 3 games. So a well-earned trophy.
Yes.
We're 1-1 now. Gets to keep the big trophy.
I get to keep the big. This one is pretty old though. This is from a long time ago,
and now we got one more, and we're going to try to move to that match quickly since it's almost 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So we are going to be taking a break here, setting up the last match, and we saved you the best for last. Because these are 2 of the best decks in the history of Standard.
It's my favorite deck of all time.
Okay. This is a deck this is not even an open trophy. You got a slightly different one. You're putting a Grand Prix trophy.
Putting a Grand Prix.
I don't have one of these.
I got a card banned personally. It was me. Okay, it was just me and 40 card Friedman. I got to tell a story of this, but I'll tell it after the break because it's a good one.
We're going to be bringing 4-color Saheeli against Azorius Delver. So 2 of the most lauded decks in the history of Standard. A really nice way to cap out our day.
Yeah.
We're going to take how long of a break?
5 minutes.
5-minute break. We'll be back. We'll play best of 5, and for one last set of trophies. Don't go anywhere.